The Arsenal girls, they are the best. The Arsenal girls, they beat the rest. The Arsenal girls make a run, they're quick on their feet and they score for fun. Ole! Ole!
What was your favourite cup final?
My favourite cup final? I love them all. You Gunners! Let's go Arsenal, let's go! Let's go Arsenal, let's go! There is a girl from England, me do. She scores from goals from on the wing, me do. The girl does good when she would, she plays the game like she should. Beth Mead, footballer, plays for Arsenal. Ole! Yes, Maria!
Champions of Europe, you'll never say that. Champions of Europe, you'll never say that. That's for all the big English teams. Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City. Bring them all. You'll never say that. Champions of Europe, you'll never say that. Congratulations. Shout out the Arsenal ladies for another Champions League win. Arsenal are the only English team to win the Champions League, the Women's Champions League, right? And I have to give them a shout out. Wow. Wow, what a beautiful Sunday. Oh, yes. That's good. That's fantastic. Woo! Look, right? I'm just happy for the Arsenal ladies. What a game, what a win. And Arsenal, again, the champions, the ladies, the champions of Europe. They've won the Champions League against Barcelona, probably the best team in Europe right now. Probably the best team in the whole of Europe this season. You know, in yesterday's video, I told you that I was a little bit sick. I wasn't feeling too well, but this has made me 10 times better. Like it's made me feel better. It's lifted my spirits, and look, it was. I'm not gonna sit here and say I've been following the Women's League the entire season, but I do follow a fair bit of the women's game. I do watch, especially Arsenal. I'm a big fan of the Arsenal women's team because they win and they play hard, and we have a lot of really great players in the Arsenal team. But look, and like when Arsenal started the season, there was a lot of expectations, you know, especially because Arsenal are a great team. And for a few years, right, Arsenal were on the precipice of winning a league title. And the dominance that Chelsea have had on the league, Arsenal were the closest team, season in, season out, to breaking that, right? And I didn't think... I thought that maybe this season would be it, but the way we started wasn't so great. And maybe that's one of the things that kind of put me off this season. But the Champions League has been a different story. It's quite weird how similar the season has been for the ladies. It's quite similar to the men's because our league form has been, you know, quite uninspiring, very disappointing. From both sides, the men's and the ladies. But the UCL has been where Arsenal have been great. Same as the men's. You know what I mean? And for us to go and win the Champions League, I was so happy. Bro, I was so happy. I am still very, very happy for the Arsenal ladies that they did this. And, like, they thoroughly deserve it. Like, looking at the game... I think we came with a clear game plan. We knew, like, when you play against Barcelona, you always concede possession. Very few times do we watch a Barcelona team have less possession than the opposition. Whether you're talking about the men's side, the ladies, whether you're talking the youth teams from Barcelona, from back in the day to now, whatever Barcelona team you're going to concede possession, and that's what we had. We had really we didn't have a lot of possession. We had very like 32% ball possession. Barca had 68. Barca had 20 shots, 5 of them on target. We had 8, 3 on target. The Barcelona completed 560 passes. We completed 272. And they had 88% pass accuracy. We had 79%. Look, it's not like we were just sitting back. We did try to catch them on the counter because we have really good offensive players and fast offensive players as well. So we can play that kind of game. It's not like we went there to just park the bus. We have Russo. We have Chloe Kelly. We have Beth Mead. We have Stina Blackstenius, who are really like they are powerful, strong, fast runners that can cause Barcelona trouble. And they did. And, we created a lot of really good chances. I think we scored in the in the 22nd minute. And that goal was ruled out for by VAR. I think it was for offside. So that, like, when you score a goal against Barcelona and that gets chopped off, that can be such a soul snatch. It can snatch the soul and the energy out of the team. But nah, like yesterday, what I watched was Arsenal being dogs. We dug in, we competed, we fought, we ran hard, we were strong. Like, those ladies were dogs yesterday, bro. And they came back with the win. And like when they subbed in Stina Blackstenius and Beth Mead, I was like, wow, these are really good subs. And for Arsenal to take off players like Chloe Kelly and bring in Beth Mead and Stina Blackstenius, like, that shows you the kind of firepower that Arsenal have, the kind of quality that Arsenal have. They have a really good bench. And it was them. It was the subs. Beth Mead got the ball from the edge of the box. It looked like, I thought she was going to try and, run with the ball and take a shot. But she played such a beautiful... That was a champagne. That pass deserves another sip. Like, that pass was a champagne pass, man. Like, Stina Blackstenius, great finish. Low and hard through the defender's legs. And we scored a beautiful goal in the 74th minute. And from then on, it was lights out defense. Shout out Leah Williamson, bro. Our vice captain, the England captain. That was a huge... I thought she was the player of the match yesterday because of how she defended, how she kept everything tight, never gave Barcelona anything. That was a humongous, that was a monumental, a big performance from Leah Williamson. And look, now she's... I think, like, I was listening to, like, some of the Arsenal fans, and they were saying she might have to have she might need to have a statue outside the Emirates. Yeah, I mean, that would be fair. She won the Euro Championship with the England Lionesses, and now she's won a UEFA Champions League with the Arsenal. You know what I mean? And she'll go down as an Arsenal legend. She was huge. She was man of the match for me. and like the run to where we got, it was quite hard because in the quarterfinals we faced Real Madrid and we were down 2-0 after the first leg. The girls came back and won 3-0 at the Emirates. Huge, knocked Real Madrid out like the men did. We have Real Madrid's number, bro. Like, they are... we own them. We own them. Arsenal own Real Madrid in Europe. And then we went to Lyon. Now, Lyon are probably the greatest Women's Champions League team of all time. They've won 8 of those titles, bro. I think that's double the next team, Eintracht Frankfurt, with 4. And they've won 8. And after the first leg, everyone thought, okay, that's it. Like, Arsenal ladies are going to be done. Because we lost 2-1. And we lost 2-1 at the Emirates. That was hard. And for the ladies to go to Lyon and pull out that kind of performance where they won 4-1 against Lyon, that was huge. That was big. And that came around the same time as the men's were facing PSG. So people were thinking maybe the men could also pull out a comeback at the Parc des France. Not so. The ladies were excellent. They won 4-1. They were fantastic against Lyon. You know who Lyon are. Lyon are like the Real Madrid of the ladies, you know. And that was a fantastic performance. Got us to the final to face Barcelona, who were probably the best team this season in the ladies competition. Because look, Barcelona's run was also it was big. They beat Barcelona beat Wolfsburg 4-1 in the first leg and 6-1 in the second leg. They beat Chelsea in the semi-finals 4-1 at home, 4-1 away. And Chelsea are meant to be the best team in England, right? They just won another league title. And Barcelona just put them aside. Barcelona just said, you're not in our league. 4-1, 4-1. And then, like in the final, they were heavy favorites because they'd won this competition for the past 2 years. They were heavy favorites. They were going for a three-peat. I was nervous. Leading up to the game, the weeks leading up to the game, I was extremely nervous. I was worried. I was like, how are we going to win this game? But man, the Arsenal ladies were tough. Like I told you in the game, they were dogs. And like the one goal was enough in the second half. We limited Barcelona. And like if you look at this run, it's one of the best runs to face Real Madrid, to face Lyon, and to beat Barcelona in the final. That's one of the greatest runs in the competition's history. No one can tell me otherwise, bro. Come on. And like this was such a big thing for Arsenal in the season, because like when we started the season, as I said, we had so much expectation of the ladies winning the league title this season. But Jonas Eidevall resigned in October because of like the team wasn't playing well. And I feel like the team hadn't been playing well for a few years. You know, when we had Vivian Miedema and she left for Manchester City, I was so upset by that. We had some quality players. And like with the kind of style that he used to play, I thought it was too rigid, it was too stiff for the kind of players that you have at your disposal, the kind of offensive players that you have that you could use to really score a lot of goals, to be an offensive juggernaut. And for Jonas Eidevall to play that kind of system, in some way, I was quite happy that he resigned and left, bro. Like he wasn't gonna win us anything. He wasn't gonna take us to the next level. That's what I felt. And to get Renee Stegler was a fantastic appointment, because I feel like she gave players some offensive freedom. And another change was, you know, signing Chloe Kelly back. Chloe Kelly is an academy graduate of Arsenal, went to Everton on loan, signed with them permanently, stayed there for a few years, went to Manchester City, and she was released. She's young, she's 27 years old, bags of skill, two-time team of the season player, a top assist provider last season, and Manchester City just let her go. We signed her in January, and she's been a revelation. She's been fantastic for Arsenal. And those are the kind of players that I felt like Jonas Adeville was holding back. We had Vivian Miedema, we had Beth Mead, we had players like Stina Blackstenius, Russo, Chloe Kelly, and you play that kind of system, bro? No way. No way. Like, you have to allow the players to go forward and play. You know what I mean? And I felt like the change was great, especially because Emma Hayes left Chelsea to coach the United States national team. Arsenal were under immense pressure, or rather, Jonas Adeville was under immense pressure to win a trophy for Arsenal. And Renee Stegler did. I am happy. I am happy. I am happy. You know what I mean? And I also wanted to say we also had Mana Iwabuchi for a few years as well. So skillful. One of the most skillful players, women's players I've ever seen. Great touch, great skill. Didn't use them that well. And I feel like now we have a good coach. Let's see what happens next season. Hopefully we can challenge for the league and win it. Let me say this. Arsenal women's team. Arsenal women's team are the biggest team in women's football in England, and I beg anyone to defy that. Arsenal are the biggest women's team in England. Yep. 15 league titles, 14 FA Cups, 2 UEFA Champions Leagues. No other English team can say that. Arsenal are the most successful. Arsenal are the biggest women's team in England. Make sure you comment down below, like, subscribe. Go look us out on Instagram as well at WeTalkFootball24 and on Facebook at WeTalkFootball. Congratulations to the ladies. You deserve this. Awareness, have a nice weekend.